Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new Transurfing talk. My name is Gabriel, and I'm here with Fernando. Hello, Fernando.
Hi, Gabrielle. Good afternoon.
Good.
Yeah, we are once again. So I let you. Well, I think people, if they don't know me, I'm Fernando Branco, and I focus on the reality transurfing aspect of training and supporting people to kind of know more about transurfing. And also, I, um, I I would like to share with you all that I can about the different concepts of transurfing. And that my main I'm doing these talks here with Gabrielle. Very happy to do that. But my focus is on English language and Portuguese language. Um,
Yeah,
Gabrielle is also supporting me with the English, and is also official for Spanish language,
yeah,
official
instructor.
coach, trainer for the Spanish language, uh, working with Eugenia, that
That's
is
right.
the main transurfing trainer.
Yeah,
Lá por Vadim, né? I think, yeah.
yeah. Well, a
Okay.
fantastic presentation, Fernando. And
Yes.
today we are talking about abundance, uh,
Yeah.
abundance in general, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
see, I think we can start saying that the space of variations is totally abundant, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like Vadim says, and like science proves now, we have enough proof from science that this universe or space of variations or the field, there's many different names, but in transurfing we call it the space of variations
Mhm.
because there exists all possibilities
Yeah,
of and the thing is that we need to make this very clear that the past is there, the future is there already, and we are pulling the present into our reality right now. The this the thing is, these things are there present as possibilities, as vibrations, as frequency waves,
yeah,
that we, with our thoughts and feelings, we pull into our reality. So this is like all that we really need to do, is focus, uh, have a clear intention what we want in our life, you know, not to kind of forget that how things, like learn or read something and then get taken by the movement of the busyness of everyday life and then forget
mhm,
about it. We need
yeah,
to keep this focus on this knowledge so that
mm,
we can use it, for our advantage, and to support everything around us. It's very vital that we learn that
yeah,
and apply it so that we can create a new reality.
yeah. I think it's key that we see that too. Like
Yeah,
we are right now
yeah,
at a point in our life, and but we are always moving. We are always moving in the space of variations, and this
absolutely.
movement really depends, like what you said, in our thoughts, especially our emotions, and what we are paying attention because we are our attention. So I think
Yeah,
it's key that in everyday life, we start to perceive the abundance that is already
yeah,
there. We don't need to
yeah.
go anywhere. We don't need to go to the future to see the abundance
No,
because, yeah, it's everywhere. You can go
yeah,
in the street and see abundance of everything.
yeah, yeah,
So I think it's key that people, yeah, can think, okay, but right now in my situation, I don't feel abandoned. Um, we can say, and I think that in Transurfing terms, we can say that if you don't feel abundance right now, it's because you fall asleep, you know, you've
Yeah.
kind of fall asleep in this dream of reality, on this matrix. And it's kind of key to say too that when we are growing up, we are receiving all these programs, you know, from the matrix, like everything is like this, or you have to work really hard to be abundant, you know, and everyone has these programs in their mind, you know. So I think Transurfing help us to clean all these programs, right?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, this is one of the vital things that we need to do, is um, to realize that we're working, you know, the majority of us, so in humanity now, in our world, we're working through this program, you know, that we
Mm,
received. We developed this kind of matrix ourselves, and
yeah,
we get like now, if we don't wake up, we are used by the matrix.
yes,
And what we want to do is to kind of really consciously, and maybe at the beginning we need to kind of really develop a strategy to kind of break through, you know,
mm,
this kind of barrier,
yeah,
by doing some exercises of remembering who we are, and remembering to ask ourselves, are we really awake? You know,
exactly.
constantly, you know, through the day, but consciously, you know, not just saying, am I awake, and then moving on. It's
Mm,
like just stopping for a moment, and then, am I awake, and kind of expand your field of manifestation, you know,
mm,
observe what's going on around you in a wakeful state, you know. And then, like you said, Gabrielle, then you realize, when you do this kind of exercises, then you realize that there is abundance everywhere. It's already there, you know. It's just that
mm,
how we interpret. If we come from a program, if we are being used by this subconscious program, of automatically assuming something, you know, having like looking at the world out there in a negative way, then this is what is going to keep repeating in our lives, you know. So we stay
yeah,
in this vicious circle. We want to break through that, and Transurfing really gives us the tools
mm,
to do that. But we need to, at least, like Vadim Zeland says, at least 10 times a day, ask yourself, am I awake? Am
yes,
I awake? And then I had to do that for a couple of weeks at the beginning, when I found out about this. And
mm,
it really works, you know, because then you kind of, after about a week or two of doing this, you kind of, it becomes a habit. You don't
yes,
need to keep, you know, like putting the alarm clock in your mobile
mm,
to kind of
to remember.
vibrate every 10 minutes or every hour to remind you, am I awake? Am I awake? You
Hmm,
just do it for a week or two, and then it becomes a habit. And it's a necessary habit. It's a good
mm,
habit to remind yourself, am I awake? Because if you don't do that, you are being used. You
yes,
know, if we're not awake, we are working from the past. Everything is like, you know, like Vadim Silan says again, you know, we're building a house with the old bricks, you know,
yes,
and that is, when we have this possibility, and then we realize so many things, Gabrielle. The thing is,
mm,
when we look at it this way, then we realize that all the so-called poverty in the world, and the charities, you know, the charities, asking for money or to support these people that got nowhere to live because of the war and this and that. All that stuff is all nonsense. It's all pendulums.
Yes.
It's all pendulums trying to extract energy, our feelings, affect our feelings to
Yes.
make us feel bad. I've got something, like I've got,
A
my bread
responsibility.
and butter today, and they got nothing, I'm so, but no, we have
No.
to realize we're being used.
Yes, and we have to see that the system wants us to vibrate in a very low energy.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, we have to
yeah,
see that. So the media, the news and everything, if we are
absolutely.
consuming that, that led us in a very low
Yeah,
energy, So
absolutely.
we don't have
Absolutely.
the enough energy even to perceive transurfing or
No,
anything.
we can't do it. If we're in low energy, we cannot understand transurfing. We
Exactly.
cannot practice it. It's like just goes past, it goes past
Yes.
you, and you miss it totally. And there is, talking about energy, abundance of energy as well.
Mm.
Again, Zealand, he mentions like having a healthy diet, eating
Exactly.
good natural things, not being obsessed with it, like, I
No.
mean, if sometimes I go and I eat some chips or something from somewhere,
Yeah.
or, it's all right. But it's not about being obsessed. And again, another concept of transurfing is this thing of importance, not to
Exactly.
exaggerate things,
Mm.
just use your, so-called real common sense.
Exactly.
Not
Finding
the stereotype common sense,
exactly.
but the real your common sense, that thing
Yes.
that comes from inside and says, look, it's okay, make a mistake, learn from it, it's all right, like, don't take it so serious. But
Yeah.
at the same time, focus on what you really want. Ask yourself constantly, as much as often as you can, what is it that I really want to see in my world? What
Yes.
I want to see, and then the universe replies to you.
Yes. And
It's just
yeah, a lot of people, what they ask or what they say is, oh, I want a lot of money, or
yeah,
I want all that the system again
yeah,
is telling me that I need.
yeah.
So they are not true goals. That's
No,
something
of
that
course
is
not. Of
imposed
course
on
not.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think it's really key what you say. And I will say to people that they take a paper and a pen and try to write what they want, what are their true intentions, even
Mm,
so with money and abundance in general.
mm,
And the moment that they are kind of awake, what you said, that remind yourself if you are awake every day, then you see that the system is trying to make you vibrate really low, but you are
yeah,
awake, so you can really start from there start to
yeah,
practice transurfing.
of
And
course.
yeah, we have some techniques that make us move to the lifelines that we want to. So I think
Yeah,
is
it's
yeah, I
if
think
we
it's a
don't
good meaning.
know, if we're not awake, in this sense, we don't notice that we are being used. We
Exactly.
don't, uh, like people, just. Uh, it's not like about conspiracy and this and that.
No.
We got no time for that in
No.
transurfing, because like we know we can overcome it, all
Yeah.
that. It's not about focus on that stuff, but at the same time, there is a scientific kind of explanation of all this, like that we created this kind of matrix, this web, around us. We created it. So this thing now, it's like a law of life wants to maintain itself,
Yeah.
it wants to maintain itself, like you, like me, we want to live a life of abundance. This
Yeah.
is like, the pendulums are the same.
Mm.
They like, magnetic fields that
Yes.
want to maintain themselves, so they do everything possible to extract energy from the human light
Yes.
field. So we need to be awake because we have this power within our system, the observer, to
Mm.
kind of realize what's happening. All we have to do is ask the questions. We ask
Yes.
the well, there must be, surely this, if something is, we ask a question, is this right? If it doesn't feel right, we don't go with it, we just
Yes.
question it. And then the things start to reveal itself to us, like
Mm.
to make itself clear, and we start seeing the world in a clear way, we see it more and more clear. And this, what this does for us is very useful, for our everyday living. What it does is make us like uh, make us aware that we have this power, and
Yes.
with this power we have no fear. We have no fear of anything out there,
Yes.
whether it's like a disaster or whatever, or a relationship that goes wrong or something. We live in the present, and we live in the world totally abundant. So if a relationship is, we don't need someone from outside to
Mm.
fulfill us. We
Yes.
are already fulfilled. If we go into a relationship, it's because we just want to share something with other people,
Yes.
like a friend, or we share something with other people, not because we need,
Mm.
we lacking something, and we have to, I'm not complete if I don't have a partner. This
Yeah.
is nonsense, because then we are open to the pendulums, like, oh, look at him, he's lacking something, let's go and press
Yes.
the buttons.
And I was going to say that that's a pendulum, and I will say that when you are awake and you go through your day, the things that because your thoughts are not in your head. We think that the thoughts are in our heads, but no, the thoughts are in the space of variations in the field,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So if we have a thought that does not make us feel good or
yeah,
inspired or something like that, I will say
yeah.
that it's not yours, it's not your thought, it's the pendulums.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Don't identify with it. But like you said, this is like structures that
mm,
come over us, as a thought.
yeah,
That's why I think I mentioned this before. I don't know if in one of our other talks,
yes,
but like they're like clouds that come over us,
mm,
and all we got to do is to be present and awake, we in the observer mode, and we see these things, and then it's fun. We can like have a really, we can laugh at it.
yeah,
this
it's a
this
game.
these thoughts come over us, and I have I have a lot of fun with it. I'm never alone. I've got these thoughts to look at. It's
Yeah.
like being in a movie, all the time. If only
Yeah,
people, this is what we want to share with our friends here,
sure.
interested in reality transurfing. And this is the beauty of it, because it's not complicated.
No.
Transurfing is not something complicated. But we have to um, delete, or through the observer, we reduce that influence,
Mm,
that subconscious programming that we have. We start to dissolve that,
yeah.
and dissolve, and then we feel much more light, more, not so
Yes.
heavy, stuck to the situations, identifying with the things that are not interesting. We If it's not beneficial for us, we just look at it and let it go past, just like a cloud. you know.
Yeah, and at the same time, when you do that, you gain more energy. Then you have more energy to practice
Yeah,
Transurfing and
yeah,
to go
yeah,
after your goals.
absolutely.
So yeah, I think it's a really
Yeah,
big.
you're not constantly, yeah, sorry, you're not constantly giving your energy away.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Giving your energy away. And I think
yeah,
that it's good that we talk about pendulums because money is a big pendulum too. So, but I think we have to make another part of this video. So if you want to, we can continue in the next part and we can talk about pendulums and
okay,
also about the mirror,
all right,
because I think the mirror is a really key ingredient
okay,
in
yeah,
all that.
fine, fine. We
So
keep
thank you,
this,
Fernando.
we carry on, expand on this in another video, yeah, good
Yes,
idea. All right,
thank you so
cool,
much. See you on the next video.
okay.